comfort me. I'm feeling it, so I will stick the truth. The people be with hello. We were telling them we not believe. The people be with hello. We were telling them we not believe. The people be with hello. We're telling them we not the people that we were telling them we not Representative, Senator, Minister, President, American suffering us today. Look at LIBERIA, the people, you can see LIBERIA. Liberians suffering, Liberians. We see it, we don't do it, nothing. Liberians suffering, Liberians. We see it, we don't do it, nothing. Liberian people suffering, Liberians today. We see it, we don't do it, nothing. Liberians, what we will do? We die on war, we die on destruction. We tell you what your policies mean, but this is special interest. Special interest, we are tired. We are tired. Tired. We are tired. Liberians suffering, Liberians today. We see it, we are doing nothing. You have to rest in the last saving people's life. At the end of the month, no salary. No salary. Oh. Security day and not rest in the last day of your life. At the end of the month, no salary. The simple US coming from, and the simple the people carrying the US dollar.
Just in the market.
What you feel with Bella?
We're telling my baby.
We're telling us.
Check it. Long as the kid together we can move on.
Yes.
No man want just united we can hold on. Look for is not to move on. There is no development that we can boast of. And killing your fellow man jam for reaches.
Yeah.
Because the family investment out of hitches. Not because you want to take. My children never slave, no unity. We die in poverty. Yeah, no attention for the disability. Forget the war being somewhere in all that. Now we stand divided, we go fall flat. Yeah, now we go fall flat. Now a woman won't go now, till he won't go. I got that. Yeah. Now a woman won't go now, till he won't go. Yeah. The passing is something in massive. The English is the passing is something in massive. Oh, we had it to massive. The English is the passing is something in massive.
They're coming again, they're coming to fool us. We were telling that we will not believe. Liberia is the wonder who we have. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. Liberians, let us stop corruption to rebuild our great nation. Liberians don't be international community for our problems. Our problems is ourselves. Liberians suffering, Liberians today. See it, we are doing nothing. All right, we're in Lupa County right now.
Yeah, Max, how you doing?
All right, let's say good afternoon, good morning, good evening to each and every one of you. Happy Sunday. That's the only one I can say to you. I decided this year that, no, I think I did it 2014 as well, during the Ebola time. I told every Liberians that, look, I'm not going to be celebrating 26 in the midst of this Ebola crisis or so. And I remain, I stood on my feet. I say, nobody, and I'm not going to send any message to anybody to say happy Christmas or happy 26 or so. How? In the midst of this kind of calamity we're going through, and somebody telling me happy New Year, happy 26? No, man, I can be happy and 99%. Okay, no, let me add myself there. 98% of the people are not happy, and the children are all. I mean, come on, man. Mr. Wools, wow.
Yes, sir.
It's great. It's a pleasure, man. I think this is the first time I think for the proper interface. How you doing?
Now that I'm great. Thank you for the opportunity. We long been planning, and finally you got me today.
Yeah. And not only getting you today, but getting you to the through the medium in which we really want to engage you this afternoon or this evening, whatever time it is. Our wonderful followers. But it's great to have you on. How was your weekend?
Well, my weekend was great. It was busy. I had a healthy weekend, but that's what I like doing anyway. So I think it was great. I found myself running here and there.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was in New York to pick up some stuff to Pennsylvania, Philadelphia to be precise. So I mean, I had a challenging time. It was okay.
So are you, because the first time I came across you, it was about business, going here, living the state, going to Liberia, trying to, venture into business and trying to help your people. So are you staying into that as well?
Yeah, actually, I'm staying to that business, but quite frankly, it's not like what it used to be before.
Okay.
And there are a couple of reasons responsible for that. There have been a lot of challenges into the sector, the export sector between Liberia and America.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, since I came to the States 2010, I really haven't returned to Liberia, but I keep a very close link with Liberia.
Right. Okay.
Via business and internet or telephone and what have you on a daily basis. I'm in contact with Liberia.
Yeah, because one thing I think you were kind of very concerned with was about the Freeport of Monrovia and how things were being handled there, even during especially during the Madam Salif's time, that people goods were being kept there for so long and charges were too much or so. I don't know, how is it now? Is it to your taste now that everything is okay?
No, it had gotten worse. It had gotten worse. And the reason why it had gotten worse is only because of us as Liberian, for the fact that we don't like each other and we don't want to see other Liberian parties.
All right, when you see like that, call.
I'm sorry for incoming call.
Yeah.
And the reason why it is that way is because the fact that we don't want to see each other succeed in Liberia. It is that factor. The foreign business people are not responsible, but it is ourselves.
Okay.
Liberians in government are the ones that are witch hunting fellow Liberians outside of government. But we still fighting that. It's a grave challenge, and we stay fighting. We stay pursuing it from every angle.
Yeah, because what I noticed is that for the past 3 years I've been following you. Is that you are one of those in the diaspora that actually been speaking out, especially if it comes to the Freeport of Monrovia and how things are being handled there, especially hampering, not only you as Liberians who is sending things back home, but bulk of Liberians in the diaspora who are
using that put to actually cater to their family people also. You've been advocating for that for quite a while. To hear that things are not yet up to this time to your taste, I don't know. What could be your perhaps your advice to the authority then? What could be your advice to the authority? All right, I think once the guest is on and our calls are coming in on their device, this is how it can be. Normally when I'm on my live show like this and I'm using my handset, I will have to reset it to not disturb. So most of the times.
Yeah, come again, Mike.
Yeah, we want to get you because you're back with us. I was asking you. I mean, I say you are one of those that have been advocating for change. I mean, kind of a change that will reflect on all Liberians, especially those Liberians in the diaspora who are always using our free post, sending things back home. But then looking at it now, like you're saying, that you are still not happy yet with respect to how things are still being handled there. What would be your advice to the authorities that are actually controlling our free port?
You know, sometime last week, first of all, before we go any further, because my phone is a very busy phone. I get a lot of calls. But I heard you saying I should set it to not call or something like that, do not disturb. If you can just give me a minute, let me go to my phone setting and reject every call because I don't want to interfere with our conversation. It's very important.
Yeah, okay, then I mean, you got to go off and come back. Okay, no problem. Let's say.
Then I'll call you back. Yeah. I appreciate the conversation. I want us to keep it.
You are very, very busy, very busy. And so we're going to give you some time to think about it. Mark Slonte, most Liberian business people are not serious for business. We're talking about mainly, Freeport, how things are handled at the Freeport of Monrovia. We're not really talking about, trust and giving somebody business to carry us. So no, we're just trying to get his view, especially he been doing Madam Ellen Johnson service era. Mr. Woods was one of those Liberians in the diaspora that was really, really campaigning for a change in a change that will benefit each and every Liberians using that port. On many occasions, even those of us in the United Kingdom, we send things back. People who actually send things in the continent. And sometimes you send your thing hoping that by the first week of December, things will be clear from the port and reach to family people and those who got stuff there to sell for Christmas. But sometimes you get your things, very, very close to the New Year celebration, or sometimes you even get it after New Year. So you miss the Christmas, you miss New Year also, and New Year selling. So that's exactly what we're talking about. And so the Freeport is so essential. And they call it Freeport, but for people who've been using it, they've been crying over the years that it's not actually Freeport. It's just a name. It's not as reflected when I think who declared as Freeport Monrovia as a Todman. So Mr. Woods will come back and we will continue the discussion. But let me go back to let me just entertain you a little bit here with another song here. I mean, let me go back to Lofa County. This one, I think my Lofa United Stars.
As we take this
All right, we sincerely apologize to all of you, especially when we start the show first. We have to go over due to technical problem. But however, we are back. All right, Mr. Woods, welcome back. Due to time, let's just continue. It's great to have you back. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Now we're talking about a Freeport. I say, you know, given the fact that you're one of those that have been very, very outspoken in terms of those of us that are in the diaspora. I've been following you for almost 2-3 years during Madam Ellen Jones' service time. Now that you know the problem, you know the situation there. What advice do you have for this administration as to how to effectively run things there, that business people, Liberians who are sending things back home, can actually feel at ease using this support?
Yeah, you see, Mike, the problems in Liberia, the political problem in Liberia gets graver and graver every day because the first thing, our people in political authority don't know their priority, they don't know their responsibility, they don't know what they need to do to have Liberia as a stable country. Liberia belongs to every Liberian. Liberia belongs to every resident of Liberia. And every Liberian cannot become politician. We all cannot be politicians. Now, today, you see a lot of Liberians, even including myself, somehow concerned about the political situations or concerned about political issues is because I have a different interest other than a direct political interest. Yeah. Meaning, I don't want to have a government job. I want to be in the private sector. But you will see me talking a bit of politics or have direct political concern because what I'm interested in Liberia is not being achieved, or I'm not being awarded what I'm not given that opportunity to participate well in the social economic development of Liberia. Mm-hmm. So you will see me talking politics because I feel that things that government need to do to secure my stake is not being done. So let's look at the Freeport of Monrovia. When I was growing up, all we knew being advertised about the Freeport of Monrovia was the gateway to Liberia. And that was very much true. From the Toro Iraq to the Dole Iraq, Freeport was being advertised as a gateway to the economy of Liberia. We could see lines of trucks heading towards Sierra Leone, heading towards the Ghana route. Those heading towards the Ghana route, red light, mean that they were transit trucks going to Guinea, going to Mali, going to Burkina Faso, going to other places. The ones on the other side to the west, to Sierra Leone, were heading to Sierra Leone, meaning people from that side of Guinea and that side of Sierra Leone were transiting that goes from Sierra Leone, from Freeport to those two countries. But today you will never see that. What you see happening now in Liberia are trucks heading from the port of Guinea heading to Monrovia. I haven't been as far as Conakry, but from the managing director of the Freeport of Monrovia, whom I listened to keenly a couple of days back, was saying to us how people are leaving from Monrovia now, going to Guinea to transit that goods from Guinea, from Conakry to Monrovia. They spend days because I learned the port is very far off from the neighboring, Lofa County and that of Lima County, Ganta border. While we're going all through that, I'm through that test the water too. And it was good. My customer told me, man, Mr. Woods is better. It's just that we didn't know people in Guinea, but we pay far cheaper to clear our goods in Guinea in no time than the Freeport of Monrovia. Now, let me tell you how these things have started off in Monrovia. When I got into the shipping business in 2012, it was not as it is today, all right? But it started getting difficult when Amara Kone became Minister of Finance. Amara Kone became Minister of Finance in 2013 or 2014, one of the two. The first thing his administration had introduced to Liberia or tried to enforce was cars more than 10 years should not be exported to Liberia. Yeah. Cars more than 10 years should not be exported to Liberia. And they took that up for some time. And the late Mamadi Diagidi, Henry Costa, and myself, we made some noise about it. Then they came out and said, all right, look, we will allow cars more than 10 years to come to Liberia with penalty attached to it. Now, Max, between you and myself, Does it make sense for any African country to have that kind of regulation? It don't make no sense.
No.
To have a restriction on cars, it don't make no sense. No African country should ever think about those things. They come about with these regulations because they want to suppress the people. They want to create problems for themselves. Because at the end of the day, their own policy or their own decision, their own regulation can harm them. Because the poor people in Liberia can afford to buy that Toyota Corolla $1,500, $2,000, and they run them.
Yeah.
The poor people prefer the old stock of vehicles because they have lived with these vehicles. They know how to maintain them and to manage them. I in America don't want to own a car 2010. I in America, my newest car is 2005. The car right now is a 1995 Honda Accord. And the reason why I prefer my old version of cars is because when the brakes go bad, I can change my own brakes. When anything goes wrong with them, myself can maintain them. I can't afford to be paying people to repair a 2018, a 2015 car. Those cars are very sophisticated. Everything of them are electronics. They need to be diagnosed before they can be fixed, before they can be repaired. The Irishman cannot afford because you take your car to just diagnose it, will cost you $200-300. You understand what I'm saying? So I live in America. I don't ride no new car. I don't ride no latest car. My latest car is a 2005 Chevy Equinox. But my everyday car is a 1995 and a 1998 Chevy Silverado. I can basically maintain my own car. I don't have to go to nobody. I can tune it. I can do this because these are cars that I have lived years over with. Now, a man leave from America who was here hustling. The government of Liberia appointed him. He will never ride a 2010 or a 2018 car. He gets to Liberia, the Liberian government can afford to buy him a $150,000 car.
Yeah.
Then the man goes to work and pass a law that no car more than 10 years should come to Liberia. Does it make any sense? Does it make any sense? Right now, they're not in government. They can't even afford those 2018 car and 2019 cars because to maintain a 2018 car in Monrovia, I mean, you have to take it to the low lemon garage. And those boys aren't going to charge you no chicken chin. They're going to charge you $500-600 US.
Yeah.
So when they leave government, they no longer can maintain those cars. They park those cars and they go back to the 1995 and the 2000 car. You see the cruelty in Liberians? Now you go to the Freeport of Monrovia. They take the Freeport of Monrovia that the World Bank took her money to help her to expand, to have more space, to create continuous storage. They take that company, that facility, and give it to a company called APN Terminal. APN Terminal is one of the most renowned food management company. I go to the APN Terminal to other places around here and I see what they have there. Since they took over Freeport of Monrovia maybe 10 years ago, they have not improved that port. They sit there, the guys in government go and lobby with APN Terminal, they get piece of the power. Every election year, those are directly connected with APN Terminal. They go to APN Terminal and renegotiate them to get in a couple of thousands. Say, give it to us, we can go run our campaign. You can hack your charges up at any level you want to. So back to the port manager, Twe, they call him, or Bill Twegbe or so. He was very honest, he was very objective. He explained how when he took over the NPA, he sent some of his technocrats to Sierra Leone, Guinea, Ghana, Senegal, other places to find out how the people are effectively running our ports. And he was honest to admit why we are paying $36 a day for a poorest country like Liberia, the poorest country in Africa right now.
Right, let's say one of the D.
Yes. APN Terminal is charging us 5 days after our container. First, it was 7 days. When it came, it was 7 days. The first 7 days or 5 days, after 7 days of your container arrived, you pay $10 a day. The second 7 days after or so, you will pay $20 a day. The third week after, you will pay $30 a day, as long as your container is in the port. Now, I did my own analysis. I did $10, $20, and $30. So if my container stay in a port for 90 days, at most my bill will be $2,500 for 90 days. As a businessman, if I have a $10,000 investment stuck at a port, I can afford to pay $2,500 after 90 days, which I may not even allow my container to stay there for 90 days because at least it's $750 I can afford to pay. But these guys didn't rest there. What they did now, they started hacking it. From $10, they took it to $20. From $20, they took it to $30. From $30, now they had taken it to $72 a day. I'm telling you, $72 a day. After 18 days or 20 days, your container stay in the port is $72 a day. Who in Monrovia, an Irish Liberian, can afford that kind of money, my brother? Who? Now you see, corruption in Liberia is so grave to the point that technicians or politicians, they spend time to design strategy to create more poverty, to bring the Liberian people to their mercy. You understand? They create these situations so that you can go to the mercy and go beg them. Oh, chief, my bill gone high. See how you can help me. Then he tell you he's going to help you. He harm you instead of helping you. You say, oh, your bill, I have $5,000 a year. Give me $7,500. You understand what I'm saying? He takes $2,500 and put it in his pocket and thinks that he's trying to help you. Instead of helping you, he's harming you. So the situation at the Freeport has not gotten any better. We thought when George Weah came to power, when he himself admitted how he was harmed at the Freeport of Monrovia, he himself admitted how his container got stuck there, how he was charged, exorbitant charges and what have you. We thought in his first year he was going to take it serious, you know, to alleviate some of the hardship on our people. But since he got there, nothing. So somebody like me, I hardly find interest anymore in shipping. But I have not stopped the advocacy, but we have taken it to a different level. What we have done here is that we have formed a diaspora export association.
Right, okay.
You know, it is not only Liberians in America being affected. You got Liberians from all walks of life that are being affected, Norway, all over the world.
Yeah.
So it's like a bookie trap they have set for Liberia, outside of Liberia, not to participate in the social economic development of Liberia. And they're harming themselves because we will not be mute. We will go beyond the Freeport. We will fight hard to see how we can get whosoever is in power that is not seeking our interest out of power. For me, my campaign right now is to see how we can impinge George Weah until they can realize that we are Liberians. We all need to live in Liberia. Okay. We all need to participate in the social economic development of Liberia outside of politics.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mr. Woods. Mr. Woods,
yes.
I know we got a whole lot to cover, but hang on 1 minute. Let me bring in Mark Slonter, who is also watching this program. Let me bring his points to you, and perhaps you can educate us a little bit. He said, and I read, Mark Slonter, he said, the tariff at the Freeport of Monrovia discouraged the importation of goods to Liberia. And secondly, he said the APM terminal is exploiting importers and discouraging business people from importing goods into Liberia. How facts are those?
He's 100% correct, and I will give you more in depth of his, his observation. I've been in business for a very long time. I grew up. My parents taught me how to do business from age 13. I had the opportunity to work with some Lebanese merchants in Liberia, and I understand how these people work. There is something in us as Liberians that harming us, are causing all the problems that we have. We love foreign business people. We love us more than ourselves. And I will tell you how it works. If I went to power, if I got into government right now, I would not want to sit down with you, Max, any longer. You and I are no longer crab. I feel that sitting down with you, I won't benefit. I would prefer to sit with Seti Brother. I would prefer to sit down with any businessman in Liberia because I'm the director of custom or because I'm the director of trade and commerce. When you get to the first thing, you get to a foreign businessman office in Liberia or his business facility, the first thing he does is when he knows you are in government, he will get up from his seat and allow you to sit behind a desk or behind a counter. Now you, the Liberian man, from nowhere, you feel important, you feel that you are, you are a big man. Then he tell one of the Liberian store boys to go and bring you black coffee that you never drank before. But because you want to feel important, you will drink that black coffee that you never drank in your house before. The Lebanese black coffee, or whatever black coffee it is. You drink that black coffee, you sit there, and the man tell you his problem. Oh, we got problem here, we got problem there. You assure him that indeed, or I assure him that don't worry, whoever you are, everything will be, under control. That man will take a $50 or $100 and give it to me, and I walk out with a bunch of keys, with my walkie-talkie, and what have you, feeling big and bad. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if I went to a Liberian businessman, if I went to your store, because you know me to be your man, you most probably wouldn't, get up from behind your desk, or you might not give me the kind of courtesy the foreign businessman just, gave you. So you feel that I'm not respecting. In fact, the first thing I want you to do is to salute me. I want you to call me chief. I want you to call me honorable. I want you to worship me and all those stuff. So normally among us, the typical Liberian, we don't go about doing all those things. The only people that got pleasure in doing those things are the foreign business people because they want favor. Now, all the crowd we're crying here today, the foreign business people are much more listened to than the local business people, and I will tell you why. I had the opportunity to serve as the Secretary General for the Liberian Business Community, the Liberian Business Association, after being a member for some time. When we go to meetings with Liberian government officials, the first thing they will say, those are exporting things from abroad. They're bringing valuable things in the country, and the foreign business people are complaining that they're not getting business. Now, they forget to know that President Talbot, somebody, my most favorite president, thought about Liberian empowerment. He thought about taking Liberians from one level to another, from mat to mattresses. And some of the reasons and some of the programs he envisaged at the time was to build Liberian capacity into the business sector. He set 26 businesses aside. So let's say, for instance, if the foreign businessman imports soap, he should allow the local businessman to retail the soap. And these are things that Liberian politicians have not grabbed yet. So that's why they're going through the pains and suffering they're going through, that we harass them, we will torment them every day. We will not rest, we will continue to torment them so we don't die from pressure until they can have common sense to understand that the country belongs to each and every one of us. So you guys will start to complain. Oh, the foreign business people are complaining that people that are exporting things from America and other places are sending valuable things in barrels and in this and in that. These things happen in Guinea, it happen in Sierra Leone, it happen all over the place. But what these people do is that if a shipper continue to Guinea, the cars, I will pay for all the cars, and they'll give me a lump sum charges for all the personal effects in that container. So they create room for the locals to build capacity. And what they do is that they encourage the investors, the foreign business people, to get into bigger ventures. And we got a lot of bigger ventures opportunity in Liberia that our government should be far-sighted to encourage foreign business people to venture into. Liberia need hotels. Liberia need to build her tourism industry. Liberia need to go into agriculture. Liberia got other big ventures that they need to encourage these business people that have been in Liberia for hundreds of years to venture into. Let's say, for instance, Sergeant Brother went into steel rods. So what they need to do now is to tell Sergeant Brother, now since you're manufacturing steel rods, let's give the local business people the opportunity to distribute steel rods, like you have Cementco. You understand? So somebody like me now, who I Georgia, who I all the ministers in Liberia, who every day feel that they're taking advantage of me. If I got my steel rod store, you think I get time for what happened in the Ministry of Finance, my brother? If I'm selling my cement, if all the other Liberians are coming from the diaspora who have gained education and gone back when they can get a government job, if they can have cement distribution, if they can have steel rod distribution, if they can have USTC product distribution, honestly, I'm not talking about bypassing and conniving with foreign business people and fronting. That's not what I'm talking about. Like we see in Ghana. The Chinese people bring their products there, the Ghanaians are behind the counter distributing earnestly. So do you hear noise? No, you don't hear noise. But why Liberia all the time is because people get to politics, get into political power, and they start to what? Witch hunt the local people. That's what's happening.
But now, way forward, because one thing is good to, constructively as well, criticize. But sometimes it's always good to give, a couple of points way forward in terms of how to improve such as what we're talking about, the Freeport of Monrovia. Because, I mean, we just also heard from the brother as well, Slonte, who's also watching. And I believe this is a great problem as well. And if it is kicking business people out of business, especially Liberians using different countries now to import even cars or so, what can we do to actually put the Freeport Monrovia back on track so that it will be attractive to all of us?
According to the MD from the Freeport, Bill Twegbe, and I listened to him keenly with interest, and I commend him, and I hope the president gave him the support that he needs to get that Freeport going straight. It's a very simple problem that can be resolved in no time. There are two problems that we got in Liberia right now: the custom, the Custom Bureau, the Liberian Revenue Authority. I think the Custom Bureau falls on the Liberian Revenue Authority, and that of the Freeport. What they need to do is to revisit the APN terminal contract. And APN terminal herself, you know very well, she's not making money. APN terminal is not making money. Because right now, export to Liberia, we have cut it off, we have cut it down. The number of containers they were receiving a couple of years back, they no longer receive them. Then the container we send there now, they keep those containers there for years. Space is money. The reason why you have space is to have quick turnover. You have a container yard or container storage yard. You won't keep one container there for 2-3 months. It don't make no sense for years. Some of I have containers in the space that have been there for 3-4 years. So what sense does it make? You call one man, saying he bill is $25,000. I got $10,000 in one container. Either I'm going to pay $25,000 behind $10,000. I got to be out of my mind. You understand what I'm saying? So what they need to do is to revisit the rates. Let it be reasonable, affordable. We increase export to Liberia. We pay our government taxes, and then we clear our containers. And then everybody in business, APN terminal is smart. The Liberian government coffers will not be empty. We ourselves here, because each one of us are here in the diaspora. We got no less than 10-15 family members. Now the government don't understand our 10-15 family members there, beside other friends sending our tax every day. Not easy a rough year. We find $5-10 to send it in. But there is no foreign businessman, any Liberian will send tax message to say a rough year today that will send him $5-10. Because foreign business people came to Liberia to make money. They didn't come here to support Liberians. They share that money, they give small portion to the Liberian government official who in their interest, and the rest of it they export it to whatever country they want to export their money to. But it's not going to go to no Liberian, you know. So APN terminal, they need to go back to the drawing table, they need to consult with us because we are stakeholders. And you will not believe the max, Liberians are very wicked. We who doing business with the country, with the government, like for instance, when someone tell them they think I'm making big mouth. If I export 50 containers to Liberia, and I pay minimum $5,000. You know how much money that the government of Liberia receiving through revenue? That's a lot. I got records to show how much I put in the LRA coffers. But right now, LRA, even my business in Liberia, I didn't register it last year. I don't register it yet. So the $100 or $200 they'll get from me, they're not going to get it. I'm not going to put my money into something that being mismanaged. I'm not benefiting. Then the next thing to it, for export, there are a lot of challenges we have that we're trying to address holistically. Besides the Freeport, besides the Bureau of Customs, we got a judiciary. Sorry for the interruption. Sorry for interruption. The people in Liberia have made it to appear like we are at war with our brothers and sisters back home. If I send a vehicle,
All right, I think Mr. Booth is receiving calls interruption there again. Hopefully he'll come back so we can continue here. I want to take let him come back, and then we'll take some of your concerns here. John Fowler, all the way there from Minneapolis, USA. Let me, Wooz, you are back. Let me read some of the comments here. Then we can move forward a little bit with respect to what
Okay.
we have on the table as well to discuss where we want to talk about this empowerment and capacity building in the midst of what we're going through. But let me go to Minneapolis. John Fowler, he said the Liberian people who are in government doesn't mean business to help its citizens to take charge of the Republic of Liberia, to take charge of the Republic of Liberia economic growth, because the Liberians are very deceitful, wicked, and corrupt against their own Liberian people who are trying to do business. That's Mr. John Fowler there, Minneapolis. Let me go back. This one says Mark Solonte. They are only interested in empty politics. And John Fowler is back. He said, you are welcome and saying the truth, Mr. Speaker, who on right now. And that is why one like stop shipping containers to Liberia right now. Okay, so what he's trying to say, it has discouraged him, John Fowler, from shipping container from the States. Nama Ahaji Kamara, point of corrections, APM terminal, Monrovia. Mr. Kamara, if you can just tell us from where, and you are getting in the conversation from as well, and perhaps are you one of the businessmen? But let me read your points. Point of corrections, APM terminal Monrovia has 4 days free. The next 3 days after is 26 to 25 US dollars. After that, another 3 days is 36 to 25 USD. Onwards is 60 USD. Onward, while Meshlink Monrovia office starts charges after 14 days. The 15th day, it starts charging non-refrigerated 40 foot container. That's dry 40 USD for fresh invoice. After the pay, charges go to 60 USD onward. Very corrupted. Much longer, finally, how do you have one guy in the West African Liberian comes principles and override Liberian control to custom pieces of emphasizing the pieces of education of not making everything
Yeah.
We move forward. Any contribution to our brothers' concerns here? Yeah, I say any comments from what our brothers are saying here? Any comments before we move forward?
Yeah, I mean, all the guys are affected. They are aware. They are concerned. Mr. Kamara is an exporter. He's from Philadelphia, but he's currently in Monrovia. He's one of the leading exporter from the city of Philadelphia. We do business together. But like I was about to tell you, there are a lot of challenges that got Liberia State going backward. And in order for Liberians to take charge of the economy of Liberia, there are a lot of things that need to take place. Let's say, for instance, why should I pay my way when I send one container to Liberia? Why I have to pay another $3,000 to follow one container to Liberia when indeed my brother, my sister, my children, my friends that I don't have job should be the one to receive that container quietly, discharge the container. There should be what in there, sell what in there need to be sold. They get some money, send me some money, I get some money here, buy some more stuff, and send it back to Liberia. Now, the challenges are so enormous. The judiciary is another major contributing factor to the whole Liberia going backward. Let's say, for instance, someone gave me a car to ship. The car gets to Liberia. I'm a struggling businessman. Not because we play with thousands of dollars, it means that we got thousands of dollars. But these things just not, we're just trying to turn things around so they can survive and we can survive. If I send a container to Liberia, my brother, my son, or my sister, one of them grab the things in there, what belongs to me or what belongs to other people, they sell them. If I take that man to the law will take small money from that man and they bag the man. Someone give me a container to ship or someone give me a car to ship. I send the car and it's time for the person to clear the car. They don't clear the car. I don't have the money to go pay $2,000-3,000 the custom bureau had charged me as custom duty. I have to end up going on the sidewalk to somebody who they're turning their own money around for interest basis. I credit money from the man for 25% per month. I release the car from the government. The man who owns the car don't want to come and pay me what I have invested on his behalf. He goes to the police or go to the court or go to a law firm, complain to one of his relatives down there. They come and they hijack the car from me. They leave me into debt. They take that car and go. I can't get no redress. You see some of the problem? Now, if it happened like this, the lawyer or the police or the judge, when I say, my brother, they may help you by getting your things out of where it was. Instead of it getting stuck in APN terminal, he was far-sighted to have gone to credit money. And this is not a secret. It's an open thing in Liberia. Everybody credit money for 25-30% interest.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I with the businessman that was trying to do good, I'm left in limbo. I'm left in debt. That man gone because his brother is a big policeman or he's a big X, Y, and Z in government. Where can I go? I'm going to go take my last 1 or 2 cents, taking good money, go put it behind bad money. Because in order for me to get justice, or 5,000, I'm going to end up spending 10, 15, 20,000 to think I want to get justice. So it don't make no sense. So at the end of the day, I leave it. I say I leave my own with God, and you look in no time and other business. So these are some of the challenges. So in order for Liberians to take charge of the economy, it's a very holistic challenge, meaning the government has to be involved. The judiciary has to be involved. We have to, be honest with each other. The APN terminal is a challenge. The Freeport Authority, they don't have much saying in the whole APN terminal thing because the government already mortgaged APN terminal to mortgage the port to APN terminal. So
Wow.
you see, yeah. So it's a compound complex. And then this is another one again. The Liberian government, time immemorial, have had what they call beaver or pre-shipment to Liberia.
Yeah.
Our friends then who are in America hustling here to let us that went into government now don't want to see us shine. They don't want to see us prosper. So they find strategy to suppress us. So the Customs Commissioner will say, well, these people bringing valuables. They bring in 2010 cars because they run 2010 cars. They don't want us to ride 2010 cars. So what they do, the design strategy, they say, well, if Beaver evaluate a car according to the Kelly Blue Book, that means will pay $500 for customs duty. The guys in government, our friends in government, that one are not foreigners, our friends in government, Customs Commissioner, LRA boss, maybe the president or whosoever, they decide to say, oh, people bringing a lot of valuable cars to Liberia, they're shining. How can we suppress them? They say, all right, if you bring a 2010 car here, Beaver says you'll pay $500, that means Beaver honor evaluated the car. They now will take one man who had not traveled from other Liberia, who just came from high school or one of those community colleges or from the University of Liberia or whatever college. You call him chief assessor to come and assess what Beaver had already done. The people who wrote their book, the Kelly Blue Book, they know how to explain it. They know how to evaluate. You will just coming from Bonwanima or somewhere, then you say they couldn't do a good job. Those guys will now go take what Beaver had evaluated. They say they're going to reassess it. If Beaver says I should pay $500 for this car, they say no, it should be $1,700. That when they call it extra and the reassessment. So if you might not give me your car to ship and the Beaver report came off, fair play, I send you the Beaver report and say, oh, Mice, your car has been evaluated to pay, let's say 10% custom duty based on the value of the car, 5% for exile tax or whatever, and 0.25% for ECOWA tariff, and this one for this. I calculated probably about $700 for your Toyota Corolla. 1 week later, my container is in the port in storage. I'm trying to find the money. They're not going to do everything at once. They're not collaborating with Beaver to do the evaluation. They will wait that Beaver will give me that report. Then I will take the report now to go to them to go and pay what Beaver had already charged me Then they grab that report that they already have in their possession. That's the wickedness there. They say they're assessing it, reassessing it. They go and reassess it and come and say, remember, your total due date was 2,500 now, but your new due date now is 6,500.
Wow.
So that 4,000 extra dollars I have to go find now to complement the 2,500 BVAC. The professional pre-shipment company had evaluated already that I'm supposed to pay. So now I'm looking out for 6,500 total instead of 2,500. Where am I going to get that extra money for? You now I give the $750 for custom duty. You just send a card to your auntie or to your mom or to somebody. You got to start looking around for extra $1,000 to complement your $750.
Oh,
if
right.
you don't have it, I'm under stress now to find that money. If you can't have it, your container is going to storage. You see that? We start accumulating storage. So this is how more we have tons of Liberian. I can show you Liberian that were shipping 2-3 containers a month to Liberia. But everybody had dropped.
Wow.
Everybody had dropped. Nobody want to go pay the last income tax or the last day money they have saved over the year trying to help their family back home to go and waste it, in custom office. And you call one of the custom commissioners to speak with them, they bullshit you. They will not even answer the call. Many times I called them, I told them, I said, look, Jeremy, you need to come and visit us so you can see for yourself. When this guy was there, who now a representative, Dixon Sibo, when you're a custom commissioner, he made it his business. Come to the diaspora with a BVAT and met with the business people to understand what was happening, what were those challenges. That's what we expect the guy who is there now to do. Visit of where Liberians are doing well. The people don't even acknowledge Liberians because they're not even excited about the fact that Liberians are involved into export to Liberia. This is something that was never happening before. You know what I mean? This is a new phenomenon, something that started with a new diaspora Liberians that were refugee Liberians that came here and opened the way of export to Liberia. Liberians were never into those things, but only Lebanese people were into that were export to Liberia. But there is nothing now that Liberians cannot export to Liberia. Wow. We have the ability, we have learned it the hard way. We are willing to do it, but the government is a discouragement to us.
Well, his name is Mr. Philip E.P. Woods II. Is our guest on this special edition of the program Profile Liberia, and we discussing Mama Liberia and the issues that are actually all affecting all of us, one way or another, affecting us, especially when it comes to this importation from Liberia, Christmas and New Year, 26 or so. A lot of us will receive things from our parents, our family members from the States, across the world, where we at least go to the market, sell the dongafle, and the children get some food and we get some school fees as well. But if things are going on the way they are going, I think we're not heading for a good place. So welcome to the show. We're going to leave that aspect of free for a little bit. We get into another discussion here. I mean, we want to talk about this, the issue of empowerment. We want to talk about the issue of capacity building. I believe Mr. Woods himself must be so much interested in those areas. But we want to understand as to actually, in terms of capacity building and empowerment, I mean, how can we reconcile with those two in nation reconstruction? So let's see, Mr. Woods, let's start off first of all with this the issue of empowerment. Although it's always good to attach the two together, capacity building, empowerment. But empowerment as a whole is a very broader area as well, because you have education, you have training, you have all aspects in which you can prepare somebody and empower them to venture into contributing for the society. It comes to talk about empowerment. How significant is it in nation rebuilding?
It is very significant. The first thing before empowerment is training. Yeah. That's the first and foremost thing we need to do. Liberia need to prioritize training. If you live in the West, even to clean a baby diaper, you are trained to do that. To even feed a baby, if you decide to to be there to feed baby, the people will train you because there are strategies, there are experience that people need to have to do things and to do them very well. I will tell you this, one of the first observations I had when I traveled out of Africa or I traveled out of Liberia was, I went to China And the first thing I observed, I never heard a car horn, pim, 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 pim. I never heard a car horn for the 12 or 14 days I stayed in China. And it was because the people were trained how to plow the street. Even in America, the states I live in is populated by Liberians. And many times I can tell people when I hear car horn, pim, 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 it's a Liberian. And 90% of the time, the horn sound you hear, they are Liberians. Because we use the horn to wave to people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You hardly hear car horns and ping, ping, ping to hear. It's very difficult. The only thing you hear from the outsider is that when you're to the traffic light and you're not paying attention, you're on your phone and the light changes, that's when they will ping for you to move. So it is about training. We have to prioritize training in Liberia. Most of us that have traveled from outside of Liberia, from Liberia that have lived in the West, we need to contribute training in every aspect to our people. When the people are trained, the empowerment will be a very easy thing. Very, very easy. So you need to train the carpenters. You need to train the masons. When you train the mason, they will discharge that duty in a very professional manner. The mason will understand that he has certain percentage of his labor. He will understand that he cannot be paid more than what material costs. You understand what I'm saying? Or more than what the job costs. But because our people are not trained in Liberia, people always feel that somebody cheating them. They always feel cheated. They always overcharge you. They always feel that you're exploiting them. And when they start to feel that they are exploited, what they do, they go after you. They steal from you. You understand? So training is very, very, very important. Even the businesses that we do, some of us, or let's say for me, I got in the shipping business. I didn't go to school to learn it. I learned it from my friends who probably learned it from the street too. So there were some basic challenges that I faced because I didn't learn it properly. If I had gone to a freight forwarding school, those errors that I made or those errors I keep making, I wouldn't make them because I will be properly schooled. But because I learned it from somebody who learned it from another person, who learned it from another person, didn't get properly schooled, I will make mistakes. So you see, that's how important training is. So even if I had $1 million in my business, the risk of failure is very high because I'm not professionally trained.
Now, empowerment as a whole, or let's say capacity building, which of course have to tie in with this training because you have to prepare somebody that you're saying fully well before maybe they can take on the opportunity and make use of it. But if we talk about training, are we just because mostly sometimes when you talk about empowerment, people say okay, just education and put them to school and so give them scholarship, even though if you give them scholarship and you forget about them wherever they are, like what happening now in Morocco, we finished forgetting about the children. 9 months we can give them their allowances also. But in terms of such a preparation, do we have a specific area that we should focus, or if we talk about empowerment and training, we have to, or capacity building, we have to include different elements? Take us through.
Yeah, empowerment in Liberia. You see, there are different forms of empowerment. But like I said, the first thing, people need to be trained because there are two ways you can get empowerment. The banks can empower you financially through loans. But if you are trained, if you are prepared how to manage, business people that are at a higher level can, give you some of their assets, some of their commodities to sell to make some money. If the bank don't give you, if I'm a straightforward businessman, I'm doing well, another businessman in the sector can say, well, may I open your line of credit, you can do X, Y, and Z. But in Liberia, the challenge is the first thing we need to be trained in everything that we do. Even to drive a taxi, you need to be trained. I came to the United States of America because I had interest in the transportation industry. Liberia don't have no formal institution to teach one how to drive taxi. That's why I came to America, because I got interest in the transportation sector in Liberia. I got interest in the motorcycle sector of Liberia. That's why I came to America to get my training. Those are the two basic reasons I came to America for. I didn't come to America because I want to live the American dream. I came to America because I have interest in the motorcycle sector, and I have interest in the commercial transportation sector. In this country, you come here, you got to get satisfied before you drive a taxi. And when you are satisfied, when you get behind the wheel, nobody need to tell you what to do. You will deliver very well. You will serve your customers. The state will make some money. You will make some money, and everybody will go, happy. In Liberia, let's say for instance, the transportation industry, every day is a fight and force. You got the drivers are not trained. The man either came from Mali, Guinea, or Burkina Faso or whatever. He got in one taxi or got in one pempen or got in one Okada, and he started to run transportation. He lacked courtesy. He lacked courtesy. He don't know how to meet and greet. He don't know how to cater to his customer. A little thing his customer say, they're ready to start to fight. In fact, some taxi driver or Okada driver will get down to fight the passenger. In America, in the West, you don't see that. Because the driver is being taught, if a customer gets in your car and he's misbehaving, you just stop and ask him to get out or call the police in to intervene instead of you getting into a fight with him. Do you know whether that man got a gun with him or he got a knife with him? You don't know. You understand what I'm saying? There are certain times you have to drive your taxi cab. There are certain times you have to drive your motorcycle. They show you how to meet even criminals. When you meet somebody who is not a good customer, you will know from their attitude, the way they respond to you. So the first thing we need to do in Liberia is to prioritize training. All my friends who are living from America, Germany, Europe, whatever you are doing there, you are doing housekeeping, go to Liberia and try to see how you can introduce our people to being professional caterers, how to be professional gardeners, how to be. When we train our people will be very disciplined. The economy of Liberia will boom. Then indeed they will know how to take advantage of our opportunities. Because even the bank give you all the money. If you are not trained, you are not disciplined, you are bound to fail. So the first thing the government needs, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, they need to concentrate on is training. Before I came to the States, I was the founder and president for what you call the Federation of Berlin Trade. That was the organization I envisaged, brought all the technicians together. And when I listened to them, all they were crying, oh, they may have work for the man, he pay me. And sometimes you ask the man, how much the man pay you to change your lock? Sometimes the man was kind enough, he pay him good, but he feels that the man is cheating him because he don't know better. But I, who was a certified contractor, working for certified institutions, they pay me 20%. I mean 20% or 25% for labor, for the calculating the overall cost of the material, they pay me that amount. They probably pay me 10% or 12% or 15% for transportation. But yet instead, the man who are hired to come and do the job want to charge me more money. Why? Because he's not trained. You don't have the basic idea. You don't have the basic knowledge. But if that man is trained, when he comes to me, he will understand that, oh, my boss got a 20%, as labor for this job. So I cannot charge him 25%. I can charge him 10%. I can charge him 7%. So you see why I say training is important. Training is very important. Very, very important. When we train the people, when they get to empowerment, whether from government or from outside institutions, from family members, they will highly appreciate the little empowerment they have and they'll do exploit. But other than that, I don't care how much you infuse into Liberia, they will just go down the drain because the people are not prepared. Those who are trained cannot help their family members much because the family members don't understand what we have gone through and they abuse it. At the end of the day, you who's striving with a little capacity, you feel because of your brother and sister who you want to help. So training is very key in Liberia.
Mr. Woods, let me tie in what we're discussing now, or what you're analyzing or helping us to understand now, which is about this training. Let me tie in with administrative functionalities of people that are in governmental circle, whether it was past 2, 3, 4 governments or so up to this level. People say that many of them are, degree holders, and that means they are trained to do the job they are doing. Then why do you think then we are having problem with things that how to manage corruption then? Because these guys are trained. All of them, they say they are all university graduates. Some of them got master's degrees. Some of them got, doctorate degrees or so. But then corruption is still an issue, especially in Liberia. Why should it be this way?
Yeah. The thing is that the culture of impunity is one of the factors that is harming us as a country. We have not set precedents in Liberia when it comes to corruption. Most of the guys that come from the diaspora, I will speak about America because I have lived here for 9 years, and I have seen people that are hanging around here, hustling like myself, that have gone and they are in government. And sometimes we sit with some of them, we talk with some of them, why us, our government, we had a nice conversation as to how we can move Liberian forward. But as soon as they get in the government, they dance, the same old dance, the other people dancing. And you know, some time ago when the CDC government will come to power, I met this the Liberian professor who had been here teaching at one of the university, and then you know, I'm excited to see these kind of people going back home because I have that mindset that people, you know, after working here for years, will go back home with something, you know, to contribute to national development. But after keeping about 45 minutes of conversation with the man, and I was challenging, I said, look, when you go, you got to do this. People that you good, especially, you know, as a business professor. I was telling him some of the things that he can do. Don't concentrate on government job. Go and see how you can establish a little small consultancy firm and concentrate on the small business people like us. I said, well, there are a lot of things that we are lacking. We are lacking managerial skills. I said, if you can go and identify 20 Liberian businesses that are trying, and tell them, say, look, my man, pay me $15 a month. Let me manage your book. Even if you complain that $15 is small, tell him, say, I will take $10. And in 6 months' time, that man will realize the difference. You'll be willing to pay you $20 a month. Because when he sees, when you identify some of the errors that he's been making over the years, and he can see what his capital is, he can see his expenditure, he can see, you know, places that he's been making errors, that man will be excited to pay you $20 or $25 a month because he will see that he's maximizing profit. So after keeping a long conversation with the man, you know, the man told me, he said, my man, the thing about LIBERIA, when you go there, if you can't change the book, you got to join them. So that's the mindset most of us leave from America and go to Liberia with. That's why most of the Liberians from America are not respected in Liberia. Because they don't go there prepared to challenge the system to make a difference. They go there and abuse the system. The things that they never did in America or they never could do over the years are what they want to see happening in Liberia. Some of my friends, when they come, they leave from, they go to Liberia, and they come back, you ask them, oh, my man, how they, oh, man, they play enjoyable. When you ask them to explain enjoyable, you're going to tell you about the beer shop, you're going to tell you about the young girls. Those are the things that he's going to tell you that he enjoys in Liberia. He's not going to tell you that, oh, I assess the market, I realize there are a lot of foreign business people into those little things that we can do that can help to build our capacity. But he's going to tell you about the drinks, he's going to tell you about the good times. And when they get there in government, instead of them going to venture into things that will help to develop the minds of our children, no, they go and open nightclubs all around the corner. And they expect customers. So if a 10-year-old child comes to buy beer, he's not going to frown on it. Whereas in America, before you buy a cigarette, you got to be, I can have great beer. They will ask me to show my ID.
Yeah.
No Liberian had gone to Liberia to introduce such. You understand what I'm saying? I have not seen one Liberian with that kind of regulation to say, look, as of now, before you sell liquor, the buyer must show his identification. Before you sell cigarette, the buyer should do X, Y, and Z. Those are the little things that matters in making Liberia a better place. But all the guys that left from here that went there, after their government job, they opened a little nightclub. Instead of opening a recreation center that will be strictly for children, no, they go straight into the nightclub industry. So how do you expect them to make impact on the society?
You know, before we move forward, let me take some points here. Angeline Dupo Kelly, thank you so much for joining as well. She's making some salient points here as well. Let me pick on her last point here. She say, you're talking about system, but she's saying here that, but we have no system, my brother. So how can they abuse it? They need to first help to develop the system. Okay, let's go to Joe Bimba. Joy Bimba, sorry. There is no curriculum for integrity. So having a degree doesn't mean you have integrity. This is why job references are important. They speak about the character of the person. Liberians are careless about integrity. What you make of these remarks just before we move forward, because we want to cover a few things.
Those people comments are very brilliant. They are speaking 100% true. When the guy talk about, the lady talk about system, it is true. What I meant is that they abuse the people. They take advantage of our people because they are impoverished. They take advantage. You can't do that in America here. You can't do that nonsense in America here. You some 50-year-old man, you want to go have one 16-year-old girlfriend. Hell no, you're going to be locked up. They know that. But all our friends that go to that country that are abusing the system, abusing our daughters and sisters and nieces, they know they can't do it here. So they find pleasure going back home. And these are people that people should be looking up to. So because we leave here, we go to Liberia and we don't make any difference. And our life in Liberia is no different from the people that they come in, they came and met there. So at the end of the day, people from the diaspora are not being respected. You see, Mike, before I came to the States in 2004, when I was trying to tell you about my involvement, my active involvement in civil society, I had a lot of respect for diaspora Liberians. Because what I was doing was I was looking at Ghana, and I was very close to Ghanaians in the 80s, especially 1988, 85, 88. I saw professional Ghanaians leaving Liberia to move back home when Gerald Rowland called diaspora Ghanaians to return home to help to move Ghana forward. Architects, engineers, teachers. I used to be a very good friend of a lot of them. And all the people pack up and they left. They never returned to Liberia.
Yeah.
Because Ghana absorbed them. Ghana had a place for them. Ghana, the country, the president accommodated them. You understand? So they had no reason to return to Liberia. And since those family went, they have not returned. They have not even thought about coming back to visit Liberia or so. And not only in Liberia, other places it happened. But our people in Liberia we are our own enemy. So, back to that, I went to the national legislature. I organized a group and one would petition the national legislature at the time. And one of our counts were the government should start to collect data of professional librarians around the world so that when the interim government of Judy Bryant expires, before whoever will come into being, this government will have a data bank of professional librarians from all walks of life to present it to them and say, here indeed we got 10,000 librarians that are professional, that are well experienced, that have been working, that can come back home to move Liberia forward. I saw it. So when we went to some stakeholder meetings, while I'm there advocating for that, some librarians were fighting me, man, you know the guy when they kind of take our job and blah, 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 and what have you. And to my greatest surprise, so many very librarians came. The only one among all of them that when we credit it, when they call Double, I think Jacob Double or so, one of the librarians that came from the diaspora, I remember very well, 2005, 2006. He was working at, I think, PPCC or one of those places. He's the only librarian that still stands tall among all those thousands of librarians that returned to Liberia. Some of them, they took political offices, they start acting like gods. You call them, they can't answer your phone. You try to talk to them, they feel they're too big and bad. And all they started doing after around BB cars, they never care about the change that they came to make. So we have a grave challenge when it comes to integrity in our country. Most of us that come from the diaspora that have got full eyes, because I tell people every day when you're in Liberia, you got one or two eyes. But when you travel out of Liberia, your eyes multiply because you see things beyond what you see in Liberia and what you have learned. And another thing that got Liberia went backward is that the chain of command, the chain of leadership in Liberia have been abused. Back in the days, what I knew was if the minister is being dismissed, the man who is his deputy probably takes over. Like that. The janitor takes the next man's place, the other man takes the other man's place. But since 1980 in Liberia, they will just take Tom, Dick, or Harry from just anywhere and making the director, making the minister. And when he becomes director or making minister, he bringing his brother or sister who got no idea in administration or in that ministry or agency. But because of his brother there, they just take that man and bring him there to execute the day-to-day affairs of that office. So how you expect efficiency in such an institution? It is not possible. It is not possible. You got professional technicians that have been in those ministries and agencies for years that know the genesis of those institutions, that know the happening yesterday, the day before yesterday, and what have you, that can bring it to the table. But you just bring one man because You brought one man in as director. He went and took one of his brother also from high school or from college, brought him to that ministry and say he got a degree, so you expect him to have administrative knowledge. It don't work that way.
All right.
It don't work that way.
That's Mr. Philip A.P. Wuze, second, very concerned Liberian, also an advocate for social justice in Liberia, of course, businessman as well. We're having here tonight on this special edition of the program, Profile Liberia. We're going to move on a little bit now because we promised ourselves, actually, we're going to touch bit and pieces. Let me take you to Nima County before we come to July 26th issue. Let me take you to Nima County. Quite recently, as we've been hearing, the senior senator for Nima is Prince Johnson. We've been hearing a whole lot of issues there from election time, campaign time, up to the point he turning Nima County over to Prince Johnson and let's say to President Weah, and then whatsoever. But the most recent one that we're still discussing is this issue that, accordingly, the traditional council of Nima County have turned over the whole of Nima County to him. In fact, that led him to have even issued a warning to opposition political party leaders that before they go to Nima, he must be aware. Also, what do you make of these as a concerned citizen? You know, of course, you in the diaspora, but your heart is behind, is there in Liberia as a whole. What do you make of this, and what advice do you have for our people, especially in that part of Liberia?
The people of Nima, the Nima people, I have a great deal of respect for the people in Nima, the people of Nima County. I always tell people there are two counties of Liberia that I got a lot of respect for in the United States of America. They may not be, everything about them may not be 100% correct, but they try. And they are growing up, so they'll make some mistakes. The people from Grand Judah and the people from Nima County, those are the two proactive diaspora Liberians I see. I'm not saying other Liberians are not doing well, but these two citizens, these two group of citizens from the two counties, they are very competitive in things that they do. They are very loyal. They are very committed to their county. Anything that has to do with Grand Judah, the Grand Judah are very supportive. Anything that has to do with Nima County, the Nimarians are very supportive of their county. Now you see, there where we as a country are making a mistake. We thought, like I was listening to Prophet Key the other day, he was raising some brilliant points. And he was saying that not because we have war, we cannot have war again. That's not true. If we do those things that led us to the war, we can still have war. But the people from Nima and the people from Grand Judah have learned two things. They have learned to hold together. They have learned to invest into their county. Because if they were being chased out of Monserrato, they had nowhere to run besides Nima County or Grand Judah. So they had nobody to live with besides their brothers and sisters from that county. So they learned. So sorry for that interruption. So they have learned to hold together. They are very supportive. Now, in Nima County, we still got small ignorance there that we got to fight with. We still got small ignorance there to fight with. We have to understand the literacy rate in Liberia is very high. But one good thing I know that's happening in Liberia today that was being demonstrated, that being evidenced on July 26th, is the fact that politically our people are getting mature. They are getting to understand politics. They're getting to understand what their vote means to them. So if a traditional council come and say, oh, we're turning Nima County over to Prince Johnson to deliver to whoever, whatever politician, that's just their own thinking. Those who are cultural, you know, to believe and follow what the elders say, whether it's right or wrong, they will follow. But as time go by, and that's what's happening today, giving Nima County key to Prince Johnson, it didn't mean that the Nima people are going to vote for whoever Prince Johnson direct. There are a lot of intelligent people in Nima County that know better. You know, they're not going to follow what Prince Johnson say or what their grandfather say or what the chiefs say. They know the chiefs are traditional. And some of them try to follow culture. Like the people in Lofakan will say, oh, the Maningo men are my uncle, the Gisi men are my nephew, and this. Those are their tradition, those are their culture. But every citizen of Liberia has their own political direction.
Yeah.
People understand that they abuse vote. They're no longer going to continue abusing vote because someone recommended. People regretting. You understand? I remember, typically, in my own case, I was anti Ellen Johnson Sirleaf 1997 election. I didn't want to hear about her because of all the propaganda about her and what have you. And I had a business friend of mine who told me, oh, Philip, when you vote for the later, things will change, it will be better, and blah, blah, blah. I said, no, I'll vote for Chancellor. I voted Chancellor. I saw how Chancellor regime ended. So when I had the opportunity to sit with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for her to present to me and the audience are sat among her platform, I said, but the woman is an asset. So that how I was on fire for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf until she disappointed me. So what I'm saying here is that everybody has their own political judgment. So that thing is just traditional, it's just cultural. The people of Nimakande are very intelligent. They know exactly where they're going. Every year we're all learning, and every year we are all making progress.
All right, let's come to the issue of the dual citizenship. We stay on the table. The issue of dual citizenship. What is your position on this, even though it's still being dragged?
Well, dual citizenship, though I'm not a campaigner of dual citizenship, but I think it's belated as something that's ought to have been. It shouldn't be an issue. Dual citizenship should not be an issue, especially when it comes to Liberia and America. Dual citizenship should not be an issue. Nobody in Liberia should be questioning why a Liberian came to America and became a citizen of America. Liberia is a 16th county. America is a 16th county of Liberia. There is no leader in Liberia that didn't come to America and get school. There is no leader in Liberia that didn't come to America and ran or compromised to get American citizenship. So they just been deceitful. They sit in power. They have American citizenship, but they're seeing envy, stupidity, and jealousy that in them. They want to prevent you and I from getting what they have that has made our life better. You know what I mean? So they go there and they mislead the people, tell them one thing. The president of Liberia is a citizen of America. Why he married Claudia? Because he wanted citizenship, American citizenship. We all come to America, we either buy opportunity to become citizen, we either marry one of the citizens in this country to become citizen, to enjoy the privilege of the country. So why would you want to prevent other Liberians from benefiting? Why you want Liberians to be sneaking? For me, I'm not an American citizen. I want to be a citizen of America anytime I can be. But I don't want to be a citizen of America, then I be lying and pretending that I am not. I want to be honorably an American citizen and be able to tell anybody I am an American citizen. So it's a deceit that Liberian government officials are playing with the Liberian people. This shouldn't be an issue. It should be something that they should be able to educate the people. Look, the people of Liberia don't have a problem with it. It is the politicians that are making it an issue because there are a lot of incompetent people in government that don't want competent Liberians to see reasons to leave their good jobs here or their good home, leave their family to go back to Liberia to contribute. So that's just what it is. Sycophants in the government are making it an issue.
All right, progressing because we don't normally get people like you, who are always advocating for really, really good change also, and also engage in business and things. We normally don't get you, so when we get you, we just want to get enough out of you. Let's talk about the establishment of war economic crime scope for Liberia. What are your position on this? Are you in support of it, or are you still sitting on the fence?
No, I 100% support the war economic crimes code in Liberia. I feel that that's the only way Liberia will be better. If we don't have those two codes in Liberia that they can prosecute, even I myself, for the role I play in the war or the role I play in the economy of Liberia, Liberia will not get anywhere. That's the number one thing that needs to be done. Liberia will need to set precedent. If you follow me on Facebook, I say every day, I want to see that we set a precedent, even on the current president. You know, the best people to set precedent on are the child or the children that you love best. Because when you set precedent on them, it deters other people to say, if the man here can do X, Y, Z to his favorite daughter or his favorite son, obviously, if he catch me, it will not be good for me.
Yeah.
The Liberian people show love to two politicians, to Charles Taylor and to George Weah. Charles Taylor disappointed us. Today, he got his reward. He is in The Hague. Now, we turn around again and show love to George Weah. He's in the business of disappointing us. So, if we can grab that bucket right now, we can impeach him, we can send him to court. The next people that will come after George Weah will understand, George Weah, who the Liberian people so love, if they can prosecute that man, what about our who fought hard to ascend to this position, they will do the right thing. But in the absence of the war and economic crime code in Liberia, Liberia will not go anywhere, because anybody that comes after George Weah will just say, man, I can do the same thing, and and that just say they will just talk about it. But if we can grab George Weah and we can grab Ellen Johnson for her to come and answer questions, why she manipulated the election, why she allowed her son to take our money from Nokia, and she said she took responsibility of it. She publicly said she took responsibility of it. How can we get our money back from her? Because if she took responsibility, then she should be restitute the money. We need that money.
That's
You
true.
know how many people sharing language in poverty in Liberia? You know how many people send us text messages? Look, my brother, it's so sad that we're getting exposed on people, but there are some professional friends who got in Liberia.
Of course.
They tell us every day they eat Gary all day. It pin my blood
Yeah.
to see a professional man who work hard, who went to school, who is willing to work. He can't afford to buy rest, but he got to be eating Gary with water. He got to be eating Gary with milk. He got to be eating Gary with I mean, Liberia is too rich. We got so much in our country to see Liberian language in poverty. Some of us, we don't have the money, but we have the ideas. But we don't have the opportunity because our own government keep on preventing us from discharging those ideas, contributing those ideas that we have that can help to move our country forward. We need the war and economic crime. There is no if and and about it. We got to do everything possible to bring George Weah, Ellen Johnson, Sally, Charles Taylor to the book. When those three persons are being prosecuted, trust me, Liberia will be one of the best countries in the world.
All right. Let me read a few points then before we go to the last one. We have to so we can get your view on the 26th that just passed. Angeline, okay, she got a question here, but let me read the first points you got there. Angeline Dropo Kelly, she say, Maske makes up, we don't need dual citizenship now until we have systems that will protect Liberia first. And she went further, she say, I agree, Mr. Woods, but America put in place systems that protects America and American first. And then she asked a question here. She says, yeah, Max, please ask him, what system does he think Liberia need to put in place before adopting dual citizenship?
All right, that's a very good point. Thank you, my dear. You see, one thing I tell other Liberians in America when we talk about dual citizenship, I say I don't have problem with dual citizenship. Another thing I don't have problem with is opening citizenship of foreigners to Liberia. But these are my concerns, especially when it comes to opening citizenship of to foreigners in Liberia. The Americans grant us citizenship without any precondition. The only precondition that you should meet up with their requirements. As long as you meet up with their requirements, you are bound to become a citizen.
Yeah.
So let's say, for instance, the Indian man or India don't allow a black man to be a citizen. Why should I allow an Indian man to become citizen in Liberia? Lebanon don't allow a black man to become citizen in Lebanon. Why should I allow a Lebanese to become citizen in Liberia? The only man I would want to see being a citizen of Liberia is the man from Guinea who allows me citizenship in Guinea, the man from America who allows me citizenship to America, the man from England who allows me, according to the book, citizenship to England. Other than that, every other country that don't allow a black man citizenship should not have citizenship to Liberia. That's my take when it comes to opening Liberia to citizenship. When it comes to dual citizenship, I'm a Liberian, I'm a typical Liberian, I got nowhere to go. Dual citizenship, your second class citizenship is citizenship by paper. Anytime they can take it from you. You go against the rules of the country, they just call you, my man, just revoke it, put you on the plane, and they send you right back home. But Liberia, you cannot revoke my citizenship from Liberia because I'm a citizen by birth. So we can do the same thing in Liberia. And Max, let me tell you something I observe in this country. We play in Liberia. We take Liberia for a joke. Before you become a citizen in America, it's a system. It's a system. It's a process that starts with A and N to Z. And before the people grant you that citizenship, they will have a formal program, well attended. And they tell you the rules. Besides reading the rules, besides listening to the audio, besides reading the book and everything, the people will tell you. We're giving you this citizenship to help yourself, to help your country, and to help your family people, and to help us in this country. You abuse it, we'll take it from you. There's a formal program. I have not seen any formal program in Liberia by the Bureau of Immigration or whatever, or state in Liberia where they induct foreigner as citizen of Liberia. So at the end of the day, the man come from Nigeria, which I don't have a problem with. I can become a citizen of Liberia. He just go there, give one director $200-300, then the man just read one piece of paper, give it to him. So you see right there, that man got no respect for the country. But if that man is going to a formal program that is well attended, that he see that the people in the country take the country very serious.
You think that?
You understand what I'm saying? You will cherish it. Yes. So that's why we cherish American citizenship. And when they tell you, say, this is what you are entitled to, they're not going to question you to say, oh, man, you came from Liberia and you just became citizen. I'm saying the citizens don't talk some crap all the time, but the government will not tell you those nonsense. So it's not easy for the citizens to abuse, and disrespect us, who later on, are second-class citizens and what have you.